পাইছি, আমার তো দরকার নেই।
এবার বিশেষ হয়েছে আমার কথা দেখছো।
Just focus on over number 9 to over number 16, barring 2 overs. They've picked up a wicket in every other over. And if you want to put brakes to an innings and stop the run flow, there's the evidence. And that is probably where the challengers will look back and say, well, that is where our innings totally fell apart. We gave a wicket away in every single over, barring 2 through that period.
There's only 10 and Jack remaining in the hut. Chattogram comes back. He created all kind of problems for Kenar Lewis with the new ball. Has not picked up a wicket yet, but Farhad Raza. This was a fantastic boundary in the last ball of the last over. Just on the rise, it shows it's a good pitch. So the batsmen who are back in the hut looking at this shot must be kicking themselves for the lack of patience they have shown. They're struggling to finish the overs, and the team will struggle to encash the slog overs because they've not got many wickets left.
Islam Rabi, he started off really well, and we want to continue the excellent work. And here's a change in his style of bowling. He'll come round the wicket on the Walton end. I'll go on the sweep. That won't prevent the single. But at this stage as well, because there's analysts in the side now, there's a lot of experienced players. They've got to be sitting there and thinking to themselves, okay, as much as they're kicking themselves, you said they're kicking themselves, they've got to be thinking where. That's just on the outside. I think that's one of the teams actually practicing as having a centre wicket. I saw them as I was walking up the stairs. Not sure which team. Out in the back, there's a centre wicket practice. Looking to play the long handle, looking to go deep. No timing, good fielding, and we'll pick up a break. But here's the question. What do we need, or what do we have to put on the board if we're going to emulate taking the pace off?
Well, I think 150 is par for the course. You've said average scores around 165, 170. And looking at the pitch, there's nothing wrong with it. If you look at the scorecard, it has to be put down to bad batting, poor choice of selection of strokes. This one also not getting where he wanted to connect. And another catch. Soft dismissal again. Look at that. Looks like they were giving catching practice. Played softly. The ball was a slower bouncer.
Yeah, good change up by Rabi. Looking to go full for a certain period in this over, and then all of a sudden a surprise shorter delivery. Solo bouncer gets a top edge, hangs in the air. And an easy, comfortable catch, and they've been excellent on the boundary. Anything that's gone in the air today, the Tigers have hung on. Samad takes the catch. Rahman gone for 7, 116 for 8.
রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনে রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক বার। 150 গ্রাম মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বারের সাথে 25 গ্রাম মিল্ক সোপ বার ফ্রি। এখন দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
Oh, that team's got it all to do. Chattogram challenges. They have, in the first part of this innings, challenged to some degree, but every ball that's gone in the air, they've hung on to the Tigers.
So 9-10 Jack on crease. Can they bat through without giving up all 10 wickets? We've seen that happen a few times already in this edition, which is quite rare to lose all the 10 wickets. It's got to do with the excellent bowling and a maximum. So again, the game is shifting from one end of the parameter to another.
That shot surprised you even, I thought. For a moment there, the loss of shape. And the new batter, Shariqul Islam, the left-hander, clears the front leg. Good swing of the bat, and it hangs and it hangs, and it's got all the elevation and also the distance.
Well, he was fully committed. You can see that the effort, he didn't leave anything to doubt. Probably that's the key to bat in air. If you're going for the bowling, you've got to go all hammer and tongs. 123 for 8.
ওয়াও পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি না তো তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে
কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টি
Yes, stifled throughout that middle part of that batting card. Reza, and more responsibility. Pace off. Bottom edge to pick up a single.
Well, if Shariful can have 2-3 big hits like this, it might just get interesting. He seems to have the intent. He seems to have the right attitude to actually, if you're going for the bowling. This one was a shot right in the slot, and again it strengthens my belief that this is a good pitch to bat on.
Look at 124 for 8 now. This over goes for 10, the next one for 10. You're all of a sudden 144, and you tape over the errors through that middle part. That's well executed, really well bowled.
Yes, 4 times this edition we have seen teams losing all the 10 wickets in the 20 overs, within 20 overs. And we are into the 9th game today. So it's been happening with the regularity. Surprising.
Temseoka, it's thrust down the ground. Be a single. They need boundaries. Couple of 4s. Or maybe a 6 and a 4 in this over, and then it gets a little bit interesting because you get a total on the board. Just never know how the bowling side in the second half of this encounter will approach it. Right, fine leg up in the circle, so is third. There's almost 2 backward points. One is square, one is fine. Now the bowling side in the second half. Reverse sweep, there's an appeal. Fine leg up in the circle. Mushrika for a moment there with the smart little, that's a little cheeky from the keeper.
He's appealing. He can go. He's gone for it. He is gone for ADRS. Well, he's the captain. He can go for it. There must have been some sound, probably the bat brushing the ground. Very hard for a batsman to get a nick onto the ball playing a shot like this. Nothing wrong with the delivery. It is a fair delivery. And we'll have to look for that
in the second half of this
sound
will approach it
and the spike.
Fine leg up in the circle, so is third. There's almost 2 back. Alternative DRS. It goes to the third umpire, and it's more about how he perceives the look, how he's going to use the cameras and the technology available at this stage. So it's more about that, and it's not going to show a spike. So third umpire right now having a look at the ball. How does he determine if there's any bat on that from that angle? It's a bit an obscure angle because you can't really see how close the ball is to the bat. So it'll come to his decision and how he puts it all together.
Well, cannot be given out. But I think you could see the bat swiping the pitch. So that noise everybody got excited about was the bat hitting the ground.
Yeah, lovely. Split screen. Yeah, I think there's a gap between bat and pad and ball. As it goes past the bat there you go. Atul Wasan with the naked eye also picks that up at the toe end, the corner of the bat hitting the ground. So that's probably where the sound has come from.
No noise comes out, so my decision going back to on-field umpire. I'm going to stay within not-out decision.
Nice, I like this.
I like this too actually because at least one game has been spoiled by some mistakes by the umpire. 3 decisions the other night going against the batting team.
They are human, Atul. They are human.
I know, but these umpires have done so much of umpiring. They've got so much experience. Bad night. You're right. But 3 back-to-back mistakes against one team. Suddenly, the match is gone.
Yeah, we'll continue to discuss the alternative DRS. I think it's nice. I think it's important. And it's been revised in the playing conditions to allow, as you say, an opportunity to make things a little bit more easier for the umpires that are out in the field.
Yes, you're right. I really like this idea because the technology is available in various facets of whether the ball has hit the bat before it hits the pad, whether the ball is pitching outside the line or impact is outside the line. So all these things can be connected. And look at this. Once again, sound Mushfiqur got excited about was the bat flicking the ground. Anyway, end of 19 is 126 for 8.
মশলা বানানোর আসল কাজটা করে এই উর্বর মাটি, সোনালী রোদ আর আমাদের নিজস্ব কৃষকদের পরিশ্রমী হাত। আমরা শুধু সঠিক ব্লেন্ডে গুঁড়ো করি আর খাঁটি জিনিসটা পৌঁছে দিই আপনার হাতে। ভালো জাতের শস্য থেকে সম্পূর্ণ হাতের স্পর্শ ছাড়া স্বয়ংক্রিয় ও অত্যাধুনিক প্রযুক্তি সম্বলিত ফ্যাক্টরিতে স্বাস্থ্যসম্মতভাবে প্রস্তুত বসুন্ধরা গুঁড়ো মশলা। বসুন্ধরা গুঁড়ো মশলা, প্রকৃতি হতে আপনার হাতে।
Eking out anything at the moment. Chattogram challenges. Match number 9. First match in Chattogram in this packed cricket action in the Bangladesh Premier League. Right, Rabi will have the final rights with the ball in hand. 126 for 8. Again, really well bowled.
Well, batsman trying to shuffle across, make room for anything pitching in middle of the stump, and just trying to hike it over mid-wicket, but very clever bowling by Kamrul Islam Rabi. Look at that angle from where he's delivered it, and right diagonally across.
Yeah, it's what Dwayne Bravo has reinvented in himself, where he's lost pace. He's then become quite clever with the changes of line. Again, well executed.
Well, they would feel at least 25-30 runs short at this point. And you can imagine 8 deliveries have been wasted for getting wickets.
It's always good to judge a pitch once both teams have batted, Atul. 20-30 runs short. I know you're going on data there.
Not really, because what I've looked at some strokes, and you look at the kind of bad choices made by the batsman, and you see there's not been big prodigious turn or the ball keeping low. It's been a nice pitch. And looking at the par scores and in a shortage, we've seen the outfield is fast, the ground is short, boundaries are not very big.